And the program was something like 3, 2, 1, or was it 3?
I used to be able to do that, but I'm not going to try it live on telly because it might be rude.
What, that one?
Yeah.
I think the way he did it, he started off in the right direction. You have to start like that, then you go like that, then you go like that.
Yeah, but I always pull the last one down wrong. Yeah.
I think that for like several years in the 80s, there were generations of children who were going in playgrounds for no real reason.
Yeah.
And none of them ever learned how to do it.
Dusty bin, wasn't it?
I think he just went like that and had one at the end. He just went 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then strange lyrics that you could never work out.
Lyrics.
Apart from when it's sort of with, and yeah, this price is a load of rubbish.
Wait, how did 3, 2, 1 work? Because I can't remember what they did. Because I'm getting confused. Bullseye. Did they have like a?
I always think
here's a speedboat. You can win this, or was
it wasn't The Price is Right either, was it? It was different to that again.
No, they didn't have a conveyor belt of things, did they? It wasn't that.
That was a generation game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he do well?
Happy toy.
Got the chip.
Barbecue, fondue. Oh, didn't he have barbecue?
Speedboat, cuddly toy.
Yeah, fondue.
Yeah, family holiday for 4.
Yeah, to Skegness.
Yeah, teas made.
There's always a tease made.
Yeah, parents had a teas made, and you used to wake up in the morning, and because it'd been a warm night, the milk had gone sour.
Yeah, I never understood what you meant to do with the milk.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll get on with this then.
Oh, yeah, because people are here.
Good evening, everybody. It's Monday night. It's April. It's April. No, was it April the 1st?
It is actually.
It is April the 1st. Yeah. And it's too late for April Fool's jokes.
Yeah, it's midday. You see, midday is April Fool's.
Yes. Good evening. Welcome to April from Ted, Fox, Chris, and I on the eModels live stream. eModels, emodels.co.uk. So, yeah, it's over to you guys. You're in charge. Carry on. We'll just sit here while you chat amongst yourselves, and occasionally we'll pick a little bits out of the chat and join in.
Well, they've been here for ages, haven't they?
Yeah. How long ago did you set the stream up, Fox?
I set it up at about 4 o'clock, and who was in? It was.
I don't remember. I know you said make a note of that.
I said make a note of whoever it was. Like within like a femtosecond of me setting up the stream, it was like hello. Wow. 3. I forget who. I said write that down. Write that down.
I checked. I looked, but I think I'm looking in the wrong chat. We'll find out later.
I'll check. Hang on.
Yeah, because the clocks have changed. If you didn't notice and you're not here yet, you're an hour late. Because
that's it.
We went forward, didn't we? So it's now 9 o'clock, but everyone else thinks it's still 8 o'clock. If you didn't change your clock. There we go.
Chris
who was late for work on Sunday morning? If you went to work Sunday, who was late? Or who was late for Mother's Day even? Because it was Mother's Day in the UK, wasn't it? So, yeah, good. Right. So, what else do we do now? Yeah, I always forget this, but it's I forgot.
Ted's broken.
I was off on a roll.
You should upgrade our Ted.
Do we need to refresh and drag, Ted?
Refresh and drag. We got that way, but yeah, it's this hour. It's totally messed the system up. So, so the time, if you haven't adjusted your clocks, it's now 21:04. So if you're here an hour ago, never mind.
Or if you're on my PC where the clock's broken, so I've got some software that updates it every half hour. It's currently 1 minute to 9, but in about 1 minute it'll be whatever the time actually is. It just updates every half hour and corrects it. So
cool. Right, yeah. So I suppose we should do. What have you been doing this week, then, Fox?
Hello. Before we do that, today's fact of the day.
Oh, yeah.
This day in history. In 1778, on the 1st of April, New Orleans businessman Oliver Pollock creates the dollar symbol.
Oh, when was that? 1778.
1778. Just a year after the independence thing.
So what did they do for that year?
They threw sheep at each other. I guess they still used pounds and other currencies because there was a lot of Dutch colonies as well, wasn't there? So who knows what they used?
I think it was a mistake. He was about to write spend or something and wrote the S and then just crossed it out.
Yeah, and then from then on, everybody started putting lines through standard letters to make their currencies.
The yen and the yen has got lines through it, doesn't it?
But if it's a businessman who invented the symbol, does that mean they had the currency before the symbol, or the symbol before the currency? How do you invent the symbol but not have a currency to go with it?
Maybe they had dollars, but they called them dollars. Well, the dollar symbol doesn't mean dollars before, did it?
No.
It was just a symbol. So they obviously were talking about dollars and stuff. And he said, I can't be bothered writing dollar all the time. I'm going to do this random
I'm going to add this key to my keyboard.
Because there isn't even an S in dollar.
I did find out, though, on a completely unrelated note, do you know where the word dollar comes from, the origin of the dollar?
It was Brian Dollar that invented it in 1781.
In 5 minutes before businessman Oliver Pollock created the symbol. No, it's actually because the silver from the original silver coins came from the Darla mine in South Africa. Dahler.
Oh, see, they spelt it wrong.
Yeah, so they spelt it wrong. So the entire American currency is based on a spelling mistake. Fantastic.
That's Americans for you. They just corrupt the English language.
Yes. Yes, I'm fine, thank you, Ted. I've been, I can't show it because it's doing stuff at the minute, but I've been working on the little squidgy U-boat. I'm working on the next episode, so that's coming up soon. Other than that, I've been working on a couple of little Warhammer things for myself, and that's about it, really.
Oh, cool.
Been a sort of busy week, but not busy week, if you know what I mean. Busy doing.
Been a bit like that myself, really. It's been a busy week, but I've achieved nothing at the model bench, so it's not worth talking about that. Been doing lots of other things. And over to Chris. Good evening, Chris. How are you? And what have you been up to this week?
Good evening. I'm very good, thank you very much. This week I've mostly been cutting my hair, but apart from that, I did get some bench stuff done. Look, it's behind me. Look. I've started on a tank. I've just sort of snapped it together mostly. This is a mouse, apparently, but it's German, so it'd be mouse, which is a big tank because that's 1/44 scale. So that oh, there we go. It's also 1/44 scale. So yeah, that's quite a big tank, but that is actually the smaller tank in the pack. The pack is one of these, the Land Cruiser Ratty.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Which I've that's also 1/44 scale. So it's somewhat large because that's a 1/44 person.
That would be if they'd ever made it a big chicken.
Yeah, it's another one of these like the I don't remember what it was called, the flying saucery thing,
like the Haunebu
ham thing. Yeah, which actually features in the box art.
Does it?
There's little ones in the corner over here.
Oh yeah, with a death ray coming out by any chance.
Death ray, and that one with another death ray and lasers and stuff.
Because of course, World War II German death rays, obviously.
According to the research that I've done, which is very unusual for me, I don't normally do that sort of thing. Plans were drawn up for building of this tank, the Land Cruiser P1000 Rat, but it didn't get approved or whatever, and didn't get taken through. I don't know about the little mouse variant things. They may or may not have been created, but
if I remember rightly, I think a small number of mouse tanks were made.
I think there was a prototype made, wasn't there?
There is one somewhere, but they never went into full production.
So yeah, I've decided to start on the little one. There's two little ones in the box and one big one.
Is this an eModels build or is this just a U build?
This is just a MiG build. This is mine. I finished the eModels MiG, the MiG plane things.
Yep.
So I'm just doing one of my own in the background, and I've started on another diorama. I've roughly stuck together some bits of plastic and foam board. This is for my tugs.
Ooh.
That I did earlier. I'm having one on a dry dock and one in some water, which is going to be interesting because I've not been able to get water effects to look good right. Well,
just do it as other tides out.
Yeah, so it'd be just some. Yeah, no, because I've got the nice looking tug. I cut the bottom off already, so that's going to be in the water, floating down the front, and the old knackered, broken one is going to be up on some sort of dry dock type. I don't know, made out of matchsticks and McDonald's coffee stirrers. Up at the back there. So it's just, I don't do dioramas for every kit that I build, and it's not a big big thing, but I figured it's going to take a long time because to do the water, you've got to do very thin layers and leave it a while between each one. So I thought I'd start building it and put the first layer of water down and then leave it for ages and then come back to it at some point while I'm doing other
I did actually see another water technique the other day in a video. I forget what it was, but the chap was making he made a gully with like a drainage pipe, and it wasn't very deep, but what he did was he poured just normal like clear resin to make the stuff about that deep. Just poured that on in one go, and then to get rid of any bubbles, he kind of hit the top of the resin very gently and quickly with a tiny cooking blowtorch, like that,
right.
and it pops the bubbles.
I saw someone doing with
yeah, like a culinary one.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was watching, but they were doing something with paint and that, and I thought that's very strange. But it was, as you say, to get rid of bubbles.
But what he did was, once he'd done that resin to just get the bulk of the, because you could see it was like a side of a diorama, so you could see into it. Once he'd done that to get the bulk of the water, he then went over with coating of Mod Podge on the top, just a thin coating to get the texture, the ripple texture. So he spread some on and then like squished it down with the brush and stuff to get the. So the Mod Podge is only like that thick, and the rest of it was just resin, clear resin.
Yeah, I await Chris's attempts at doing his water before I have a go.
Are you going to encase your entire U-boat in resin?
Yeah, I've got a huge fish tank, and I've got a container. I've got a tanker full of resin on order, and I've got to pour it all in.
Cool. Paul at Team Inept says, I'm just about to play around with some artist sinks and epoxy to see if they work okay for water effects. I'll let you know how badly I screw it up.
It's going to be quite bad, I should think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's worth a try. Yeah, let us know. Yeah, we'll either applaud or laugh.
Yeah. Well, either point and laugh, or we'll just laugh.
And point.
Maybe point afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, let's. Who's in anyway? It's over to Chris now. So who's
I've
in?
just done my bit. I thought it was someone else's turn.
I can do it if you want. Ted can do it. Are you giving up your spot, Chris?
No, I just thought somebody else might want to turn, and then I'll come back and do it later. But I can do it now.
I'll do it now then. Wait, so, yeah, I'll start. I'll start at the beginning. A very good place to start.
I bet it's not the beginning.
Yeah, well, I've only got the first one on here. Is Red Lane 08.
All right, I've got Sergeant Bones.
Ah.
But where is Sergeant Bones?
He was in the kitchen last time I asked.
Oh, making
noms. He is.
Well, as far back as I can go is Red Lane saying evening all.
I've got Sergeant Bones just above that saying la la la, 2 hours to go.
Right. I wonder why that is then. Anders Ericsson is changing to DST.
Daylight savings time.
Daylight saving time. I took a bit to work that out. Yeah. Dad, one of your mods in tonight. Yeah. Don't forget, guys. The mods are in tonight, so look after them, and they'll look after you.
Yeah.
Any questions? Just sort of talk amongst yourselves and contact the moderators. We do try to see all your chats, but obviously, as the chat goes on, or if we're halfway through a conversation, we sometimes miss what you've got to say. So you can either type it again, and we'll have another go at it. But Fox, so you do your bit now.
Okay. Yes. We depend on your chat. We're all out of order this morning.
We'll make it up as we go along.
Because we changed the clocks. We'll do last week's show next week. Yes, we depend on your questions and comments in the chat. If you're watching this and you can't see the live chat where you can do the typey, we can see it because it's just there on my telly. But if you can't see it, then you're probably on a mobile device or some such, and you're not looking at the desktop version. So either go into the browser on your desktop, on your mobile device, and select View Desktop Version, or just click on the YouTube icon in the bottom corner down here somewhere, and that will take you to the YouTube page where it's showing, and you should be able to see the live chat there, and you can join in and do the typey. We, like Ted says, we're very busy trying to be pretty on telly because it's really hard work for the three of us to do that. So we do miss a lot of stuff in chat, and it does move fast. So put your question in big fat capital letters, the whole thing, so we have a chance of seeing it. Or if you want to, there is a super chat option, the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat. You can click on that, and that will put your comment in a coloured bar that we can't possibly miss. It puts a box around your question, and it stands out like a sore thumb. But if you can't get access to chat at all, don't panic at all. If you want to ask us a question or make a comment, if you want to do a shout out for an event near you, or a birthday, or because you're in trouble with the better half and you need to kind of get some good brownie points.
It was Mother's Day in the UK yesterday. You might have forgotten that.
Yeah, if you forgot Mother's Day and you're in trouble and you need to make up some brownie points, we can plead on your behalf, although you'll have to make the mother sit and watch this show. But you might not get any brownie points for that. But Yes, you can send us an email to ted@emodels.co.uk.
But that goes to all three of us, by the way, not just me. All three of us have access to that email account, so we'll see your comments.
We did consider having all three of us at eModels.co.uk, but it's harder to type.
But Pete Mate being Pete Mate, what he did, he set up 3 addresses. He set up for Ted, he's got ted@emodels.co.uk. He set one up for Chris, that's ted@emodels.co.uk, and then he set one up for me, and he made it ted@emodels.co.uk.
Yeah.
So knowing Pete, there's actually 3 separate email addresses with the same address. Bless him. Yeah.
So they all get my posts. So if anything personal, remember them to read it as well.
Yes.
We pass it on.
Yeah. Usually put it on the Twitter feed, don't you?
Twitter-tacular. eModels aren't on Twitter.
Are they?
No.
Oh,
Could be a missed opportunity if I only knew how to do Twitter.
Yeah. Do you want me to whiz through who's in quickly, or
No, I'll carry on from where I left off, and
Okay.
I don't think
carry on that man?
Michael Jackman tells you he's out at the pub. Lord Michael III said evening, Father, and everyone else. Festus 67 in.
Oh yeah, hi Colin. Colin's another one of your mods.
Yeah. Moving down, Stephen Rolfe, Tiger Tank 2. Greetings from Fort Benning in Georgia.
Ooh, cool.
Although you're to the side of Pond.
Wait, is Fort Benning an actual military camp, or is it a whole town? I never know if it's the town or just an army base.
Yeah, they have these
Might be
streets.
both.
Or is it, does that mean you're in the army, or are you interested in the town where the army base is? I never know, actually, Fort Benning. I don't know if it's that.
Because there's Fort Worth in there.
If only there was someone in chat who could tell us that.
Well, they might have told us it already, but we haven't got down to the bottom
That's
yet.
true.
Frankie goes to Hobbitwood. Good Abend. Good evening. That was kind of.
But was Frankie on holiday, or did they came back?
He was in Italy, wasn't he?
They were in Italy. But
He's
I
obviously
assume you may get back by the way you're being German.
being German. Guten Abend, mein Freund.
Right. Hang on. I just pressed the button and it's all shot to the top.
No. We've got Scale Model Muse, say kind of here, getting ready for work. So might not be here by now because it was a little while ago. Stephen Rolfe, me, Michael Jackman's back. He's finished his steak in the pub, so I'm assuming he's back home again now. So
Steak.
we got Equal Beat, Paul Horner, Carl Making Models, saying evening. It's not sticker time yet. No.
Oh, got to get stickers out. That's the point.
Sergeant Bones says the waiting, the suspense. Spid says can't join. Hi all, but have a good show. Why can't you join? Is your internet being all Scottish again? Sergeant Bones was in the kitchen making enchiladas.
I misheard that as pigeon. Somebody's in the pigeon. I'm like, what?
Hey? I don't know about pigeons, no. Stephen Hill Harris.
There's a lot of roadkill on the road at the moment because pheasants are about. Yeah.
There's a fox on my way to work, dead at the side of the road. It's not that one. He's all right. But
I couldn't do fox.
If I'm lying down at the side of the road, it's because I've had a heavy Friday night in the pub.
We've got Adam Clark in as well. Mark, Wayne Hayward, Toby Page, AJ, Rusting Customs Models, Phil East, Jamie Bone, another mod, Vincent and Mr. Loth's Model Making's in. Is it Loth or Loth?
He already told us about the mouse tank and the Land Kreutzer tank in chat by now. Vincent.
I'm sure they have. I'm getting 3/4 of the way down now at the moment. So we have Erwin the Vegan Dutchman. I don't recognise that name, so welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
And is in RC UK Scale Models. That tells us everything you need to know. Nana Sunrise, Industrious Bear. That's another new one.
Bear, the new name. I saw that name the other day, yesterday, but
all right.
My stream.
Well, you've obviously pushed them over to the eModels.
Yes, welcome.
Joker Ninja 666 Clan Jexters, even.
Says, you can't come in and get
Ninja Jedi Master. Okay. Tiger Tank 2 says 1600 EST here. I assume it's Eastern Standard Time, isn't it?
Yep, that's on the east coast of the US.
We're up to you now.
You don't have your own time zone up there, though, do you? Mark Dale, Ray from Malta's in.
All right.
Chris Fuchs and Tad. Good evening, my friends, says Ray. You got my name right. They're talking about the dollar because you said about the dollar. The currency formerly known as dollar because you were talking about symbol. It's just being referred to as symbol.
I see what they did there.
The Industrious Bear says the American dollar symbol started as a U and an S superimposed upon each other, and then the bottom of the U was dropped off.
I hate when the bottom of your U drops off.
Yeah.
Especially on Saturday morning when you've had a bad Friday night.
Yeah, my U's just dropped off.
Oh, the bottom's fallen off me U. Sorry, I can't come in.
We've got Dave Cardboard in. He says, I've spent the day painting my scratch-built model of Wonder Woman's plane.
Ooh. I thought that was invisible.
Well, he does follow it up a minute later with a comment saying, I dropped it around 4 o'clock and I can't find it. I've got a photograph. It's a brilliant photograph I found off the web, and it's basically a table, and it's a Lego kit, like a UCS kit. So it's got a little plaque on the table saying Lego Marvel Heroes Wonder Woman's jet fighter, and it's basically about a foot above the table is a little minifigure of Wonder Woman. Just there. Nothing else there.
Cool. I don't know if you got a bit missing. You
stand on it. That's what you know.
Because then you find it, obviously. Yeah. My chat's just jumped, so I've gone right down to the bottom.
Yeah, we're up to Carmack.
And everybody else who knows me.
Okay, I'll fill in the last bit then, in case anybody else came in. I don't know who you said now. Mark Dale is in. I painted some Space Marines as Smurfs to upset my son. You're a bad man. Lewis says your little tank was about the right size. There's a mouse there, Chris.
Minnie Mouse.
Can't make a model says he thinks one was built and one was under construction, and Anders Ericsson says Mouse is an actually existing tank. One of them is in a tank museum in Moscow.
Ah, right. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen the photographs of that. It's huge, and that's just a little one. Osric says I think 2 Mouse tanks were built, but only one had a gun fitted, and it broke down in a field on tests. So Osric's in. Hey, Osric. Who else have we got in? Timber is in. Evening all, says Timber. He or she says. Scale Model Muse, we have Nevbo Model Making is in. That's Andy, one of your eModels builders. He of the Ferrari LaFerrari, stupid name, LaFerrari. And Zazda is in, and Paul Di Tommaso is in as well. And Frankie goes to Hobby Water. We've done Frankie already. And that's up to date then, I think.
Yeah, Phil Prime asks, can I have a big shout out to his son and his new bride who got married last Wednesday? Congratulations.
Ooh, where's that?
Congratulations, yes.
Does that mean that?
Happy wedding.
Yeah. Just up a little bit.
Hang on. I've got top chat, not live chat. Oh, darn it.
I think they're both the same. I think the top chat just doesn't have held comments and things in it.
Sergeant Bone says, read to here, ... so we know where to stop.
Yeah.
Jamie Bone has a quick medical question. What makes the heart beat as it's a muscle? Is this something you need to know urgently? Because you might need to seek medical opinion because none of us are actually doctors.
To deal with medical situations. It's electrical current. Electrical current contracts the muscles.
Yeah, I think there is a kit available.
Yeah. There probably is. It's probably 1/8 scale. Yes, it's small electrical pulses that make the muscle contract. And it's controlled by the what's it called? The part of the nervous system that's autonomous and doesn't require it's the subconscious, the non-conscious. What's it called?
Unconscious.
No, it's part of the. You've got like the processes that you don't think about, like breathing and your heartbeat and.
Yeah, when you say that, I start thinking about breathing.
Yeah, it's like blinking. You don't think about it, but then when you do, you start blinking.
Yeah, I know that the heart goes into fibrillation when you're having a heart attack. It goes into fibrillation. That's what a defibrillator does.
Yeah.
Stops it, kicks out again.
They're wondering what you said now. Zadster says, "Did you say Top Cat?" And Sergeant Bone says, "Did you say Top Hat?"
Wait, who said what? Where? What?
Well, when you said about Top Chat.
Oh, Top Chat.
They're wondering if it's Top Cat or Top Hat now. Top Cat is the indisputable leader of them all, isn't he?
But was it? It was Top Cat, and then it became Boss Cat, didn't it?
No, that was different.
Boss Cat in the UK because we had a cat food called Top Cat, and they couldn't legally call it Top Cat.
Yeah. After about 40 years. Yeah. After about
If
40
you watch it, it says Boss Cat on the title, but the song says Top Cat. So,
well, they couldn't sub that. That'd be terrible trying to dub that over the top, wouldn't it?
yes.
And Top Hat, is that still one of the Monopoly pieces?
I think so.
Yeah.
Get rid of some and change
There's a
stuff around.
top hat, a boat, a racing
a
car,
cat,
dog,
shoot,
an iron. There's an iron.
an iron.
Was there a lion?
And not a lion, an iron.
Oh, an iron.
Ironing. An iron.
Yeah. They're the little terrier dog.
Oh, yeah.
I like the terrier, yeah.
Boot. Nobody ever wanted to be the boot. But whenever I was the boot, I'd win everything and I'd be just king of the hill. So
I think 20 years ago they brought in a mobile phone.
yeah, and then it's gone all modern now and it's just rubbish.
Yeah, you can have credit card Monopoly, can't you? Where you don't play with cash, you play with credit cards. So it takes fun out of it. And if you
When you played Monopoly, did you play it with the pile?
What, for the parking thing and stuff? And
yeah, every time you get a fine, you have to put it in the middle and whoever gets on free parking gets the money.
Yeah.
I thought we made that up in our family.
No, that's not an unofficial rule, that is.
Yeah. Osric and Zads to both confirm it's the autonomic nervous system that I was thinking of.
Yeah, Industrious Bear says the living body is literally a perpetual motion machine. You have to put in energy, don't you? So it doesn't give you stuff out unless you put stuff in.
Yeah, not really, because you have to feed it and breathe. So it's more of a combustion engine, technically. Chemical combustion engine.
Sergeant Bones says, scary thought. I had the same cell phone number since 1996. Mine's probably at least there as well, yeah.
I've
only ever had one phone number, and yeah.
What was your first mobile phone? Mine was an old Nokia. What was the real just dark shape with
the bricky type one? Yeah, 3310 or something. Or,
yeah, the original one that had. No
everyone had one with a big pull-out aerial thing. Yeah.
Erwin the Vegan Dutchman asks a very difficult question for anybody to answer, which is, what's your guys' skill in painting miniatures, 1 to 10? Nobody British will be able to answer that because we're all like, well, yeah.
I'd put myself at about a 3.5.
Yeah, I don't know where I put myself.
Ted's run away from that question.
Ted fell over. That's interesting because Ted's the one with the start button.
Don't ask Ted questions like that because he gets scared and runs away. And now we can't stop the stream. Now we're here for 8 hours.
Yeah. Hopefully Ted will come back because we've got no way to stop the stream.
Ted's done a Ted, formerly known as Ted.
Oh dear.
Well, we'll disappeared off the map, says Zedster.
I'll get my text messaging ready.
In our house, the Bank of Monopoly used to get robbed occasionally, Dave Cardboard says.
Yeah. I was known to do some interesting financial activities.
Yeah, I think whoever was the bank seemed to win more than the others for some unknown reason. I don't know why that is.
I skirted with 1980s financial processes, you know. I had the Porsche and the stripy jeans and the bracelet. I didn't really.
Yeah, Ted did have trouble setting up the stream as well, didn't he?
Yes.
There was something going that was just linking to it, was it?
Hang on, he says the stream crashed.
No, it didn't. We're still here.
I'll just reply to him and say he can get back in.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'll just let him know we're still live.
Guy Sargent's in saying good evening, everyone. Good evening, Guy. 2 of the 3 of us are here. Hopefully the 3rd will be back momentarily.
Yes. I'm sorry to answer Erwin's question. Well, how would I rate myself in painting pictures? I don't know, 5, 6 maybe. I'm no expert. I've only been doing it for a couple of years for actual tabletop miniatures and stuff.
It all depends on your ranking of 1 to 10 as well. I mean, is it the strict ranking in that 5 is average?
I'd say halfway is average.
Because I get these survey things through and they say, if you found me acceptable, please rank me 9 or 10. It's like, no, that's not acceptable. That would be excellent. Acceptable would be about 6.
I'm just gonna give Ted the link again because he's having some trouble. I mean, I always count when you do like out of 10, I always count 5 as average. So to me, I'd say if anything, I'm average. So I wouldn't say I was anything special.
I would,
his PC.
I would put myself as below average, hence the 3.5.
But is that purely because you just haven't done much of it?
I don't really do miniature paint. I've tried a couple of bust painting things a little bit, and they don't look quite right.
I think that's kind of that's not really miniature painting that scale. The miniature painting,
I've done my war hamster.
That's true.
which is all right, but it's not what I would class as being good, great. Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
Which, pretty much covers most of my model making talents and seem to be it's all right.
But I mean, the one thing I was saying was, unfortunately, it's almost pointless asking British people that, because nobody will ever say, "Yes, I'm brilliant, I'm fantastic." If they're British, they'll be like, "No, I'm a bit rubbish. Actually, I'm not really. You don't look at my. No, I'm not very good." We'll never big ourselves up because we're British.
Michael Jacqueline says, "Don't start what's in store till 10:15 because I'll be walking back from the pub at 9:50 from 9:50. Well, leave at 9:40 and then you'll be back at 10:05 and that's about when we're going to do it. So, you know."
Owen the Vegan Dutchman, of course, because he's not British, he's got no qualms at all at stating how good he thinks he is. He says, "Paint more busts. I'm a solid 7." Cool. Yeah. I mean, I've only been doing tabletop miniature stuff for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Before that, I was always airbrushing Tamiya paints, but I'm learning slowly the brush painting shenanigans. I'm loving every minute of it. It's been a long time since I used the airbrush, so I'm slowly learning. I could never paint figures, but I got some little tabletop miniatures and was like, actually, I can paint these kind of just about.
We've got
anything.
A few people in the chat have been answering the numbers as well. Sergeant Bone says 2.2.
Okay.
Andrew Leary says 1.
1. Where 1 is useless.
Where 1 is useless. Are you saying that? Are you voting for yourself or are you voting for us?
I don't know.
Because
apparently it's stuck on me now.
It's stuck on you.
Oh,
well. We can't do anything about that.
No, PC can't find the router restarting, says Ted. We might be a bit knackered now.
Even
carry on with the show. It's just that
the worst thing that could happen, one of us could drop out and try and join in as eModels.
I'm going to try something. Okay, I'm going to lock my thing on you, Chris.
I don't think it will make any difference.
No, so
because you're not in charge.
People in the chat, is it actually changing or is it just sticking on me all the time?
I'll do some talking, so it should switch to me, but it's not going to switch to me. And if Foxx says, I'll lock mine on me as well. If everyone locks on me, then it's probably not me. Are you still seeing Foxx? Let us know.
Yeah, if any of that is stuck on me.
No. Yeah, it's stuck on Foxx.
Isn't it?
Well, at least that's better than it being stuck on me.
Right. Apparently his PC is not connecting to his router. Oh dear.